Oh, hey there, Science 10s. Here we go for a second lesson in chemistry. So we will take a look at WHMIS very quickly, very, very quickly. If you ever need WHMIS in in a job, they'll train you, and you'll get way more training. So you really need to understand the very basics, right? So understand what WHMIS stands for, Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. And this is for Canada. It's Canada's national system, of course, where the states and the rest of the world have their own systems. Um, so yeah. So key elements are three: cautionary labeling of containers of WHMIS controlled products. Okay, so this is, for example, a cautionary label. Okay, you see that it has the symbols. Well, let's start from the top. Okay, so this is a label that goes on small bottles of things. Hopefully I have something to show you in class. If not, remind me. Okay. So this is for acetone bottle. All right. So this is when we transfer the material out of its original bottle. We need to put one of these stickers on it or one of these labels. So we have the name. Okay. Of course, it says always see the MSDS for the product's information. For most of it, what do we have here? What we really need to know while we're using it: precautions, first aid, right? What are the precautions? Why are we taking precautions, right? If this thing's flammable and this is an old label, this thing is also toxic, all right? So it can have effects, long-term effects, right? Containers is hazardous with empty, blah, blah, blah. I hate this thing that always pops up when I move my slider. It takes forever. There it goes, okay? And there's really nothing at the bottom. Okay, so cautionary labeling. Now, while you're doing your notes, identify the different sections of the labels. You could very quickly illustrate something. You don't need, of course, to write anything in your notes as far as, you can put like name of products, right? English side, French side, blah, 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 where you have the precautions, first aid, you have your symbols. There they are. The second thing is the material safety data sheets. So all um, all chemicals come with an MSDS sheet. So, for example, the chemicals in our lab all have material. Oops, safety. There it is. Safety data sheets. Like this one, or longer for something. We have acetone here again. So we're not going to read through it, but I want you to note the sections. We have basic product information. We have what the ingredients are. We have the physical properties. We have some of the chemical properties, reactivity data, fire and explosion data. We have some toxicological properties. So how is it, how does it affect people? How do we protect ourselves using preventive measures? When we're exposed, what's our first aid? And at the very bottom should be where the product came from. There we go. Okay. Preparation information and how you can contact those people that have made this product. So again, while you're doing your notes, again, just identify the different sections of the MSDS. All right, this probably does not need an illustration. Illustrations you should use when, for most things, you'll need illustrations, but not for all. Okay, and then we have worker education and training programs, as I mentioned earlier, that if you need to know more about WHMIS, you'll get one in your worker education training program. Okay, so we have labels with symbols. What are the symbols? New symbols. Okay. So while you're doing your notes again for these, I would like you to research examples for these. You can draw these the best you can. Some of you guys will be awesome. Some of you girls will be awesome. Some of you people will be awesome. And what do we got here, right? Exploding bomb. We have gas cylinder, which used to be the what was it called? Oh, I can't even remember now. Goodness me, oh my. Anyway, this is terrible. Let's start again. Okay, I'm not going to restart the video. We don't restart videos. So we have your explosion and reactivity hazard, flammable. It says flame now. Flame over circle is for oxidizers. I want you guys to understand, and girls and people to understand that the O is for oxygen. Oxygen causes fire. These aren't flammable themselves. These add to fires. Okay, these create fires, and they do other oxidizing things too, but the hazard is fire hazard. Gas cylinders can explode. They're for gases under pressure, and we have to be careful when we're opening such things as well, right? Corrosive, right? Whether it is a high pH or a low pH, acidic or basic. Things can be corrosive. Skull and crossbones is still for poisonous, but you call it skull and crossbones now. I don't know why. It should be still called poisonous. This is immediately danger with short exposure in small amounts. Look at the exclamation mark, which used to be the T. So that's for toxic. Okay. Cause less serious health effects or damage the ozone layer, which is interesting. I think that would be in the environment, whatever. Okay, this is what they've decided to do. These are for toxic things. These will cause you problems with long exposures, okay? Health hazards may cause or suspected of causing serious health effects. Okay, so serious, less serious. So now we have 3 levels of effects. All right, from most to least. Skull and crossbones most, health hazard second, exclamation third. If it's hazardous to the environment and we shouldn't put it down a sink or put it on the ground, then it'll have this symbol. Biohazard stays the same. Okay, this silly thing, there it is, okay? So for organisms or toxins that can cause disease in people or animals, okay, including products from organisms, for example, blood, okay, for any time you get a needle, the needle should go into a biohazardous infectious materials bin. And wonderful. That is about it. So again, you will, there we go. You will need to copy these symbols, put some information, plus examples for all of them. Please know what they are. As well, here are some questions that you can also add after you're done your notes. Cheers. Thanks a lot. I am going to go eat some food. Take it easy.